Everybody, it's me, the Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl, and Ben. He's being needy today. And welcome to day 3 as we round the corner on Vogue Knitting Live. And I want to thank everyone for being with us. If you're coming back over the past few days, it's really nice to have repeat folks. And if there's something that you saw when you were on the show with us Thursday, Friday, please let us know and we'll be happy to help you out if you have any questions. If it's your first time here, welcome to Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl at Vogue Knitting Live. And be sure to like our page and follow us, because after Vogue Knitting Live, you can still watch Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl every Monday night right here on Facebook at 8 p.m. Eastern for our show Twisted Stitches, where we bring you fiber, fashions, tips and techniques, special guests, and lots of fun. So we hope you'll join us for that as well. We are going to start our day today with a couple of an announcement first. I don't want to forget. We have a special code for you for shipping for Vogue Knitting Live. The code is VK. V is in Victor, K is in kilo, live, VK Live, and you can enter that at checkout for free shipping on orders over $50 in the U.S. and $10 off your shipping if you live outside the U.S. The code may not work if you're outside the U.S., but rest assured that we will refund $10 of the cost of your shipping should you purchase over $50 with us.
Our friend Kitsy Demeray is back. Hi again from Cortland, New York.
Hi, Kitsy. How are you? I hope you're having a good Saturday. And I don't know what your weather is like. We're in your neck of the woods. Well, New York can't be too much different from here. But you know, the days are changing, and you never know from one day to the next if it's going to be winter wear or summer wear, because we're in that in between time of weather, and the mornings are cool, the evenings are cool, but then it warms up during the day. And we have so many little kits online for shawls and scarves and just those cowls, things to keep you just a little bit warmer than without a sweater, and a little cooler than if you threw that heavy sweater on right now. So we're going to show you lots of fun things today. And if there's something you'd like to see, please let us know, and we'll do our very best to accommodate you. So,
now, the show is very interactive, so just feel free to speak up or make a message in the comment section, and then we will address it each time.
Thank you. Oh, and my husband is pointing. My husband is my cameraman, executive director, and sometimes biggest fan. Actually, all the time biggest fan. What is in here, you ask? If you're new to Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl, this is our sharing bucket. Every time you share Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl with your friends, the groups you go to, whatever it is on Facebook, and we see that you shared our page, we will put your name in this bucket, and we give away free gifts, books and yarn, and we draw randomly. You never know when it's going to happen, and you do not have to be present to win. And your name goes in every time you share. So if you'd like to share some of the love, and then we'll share some love back to you, be sure to share Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl.
Now, I'm going to show you on the screen exactly how that is, just to make it easy. On the left, all you do is at the bottom of the posts, click share. Step 2 is in the middle. Make sure you set it to public. Otherwise, your friend, people and us won't see that you shared it. And then the third and final step is just click on the share button, and you're good to go.
So it's easy as 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put this little guy down, and let's see if he lets me do my job. Come on, buddy. Down you go. Go find your cozy house. Okay. I thought I'd start today off with some accessories. We've been showing you lots of kits, and we're going to get to those. But somebody asked me last night, well, what about your shawl pins? We love your shawl pins, and we haven't seen any of them yet. So I thought I would share our shawl pins with you this morning. These are on our website. They're all handmade by the artist Jay. And so they're made from recycled aluminum, and they are a great way to, even if you're not going to use them to hold your shawl. They're a great way to just decorate any piece that you wear. I think I put this in backwards now.
The other way.
that way. I did it wrong. Oh, this way.
There you go.
Whew, a little upside down for me today. Sorry about that. So your little shawl pin will go right in there rather than be twisting and turning right now. It's a great way to decorate any piece. And we have a couple of different styles on our website and a few different sizes. So your pin just clips through the back of the shawl, of the back of the tab fits to the back of the shawl pin and comes through the other side. So those are all handmade, as I mentioned, recycled aluminum, and they're on our website. You can find them. We have a wonderful website at KnittyGrittyYarnGirl.com, www.KnittyGrittyYarnGirl.com. And if, as I mentioned something, all you need to do is put it in the search bar, and the search bar will bring up the results of all the things that are including that that pattern or that search that you put in. For example, the descent cowl. We were talking about the descent cowl yesterday. This is the piece that I made. You may have seen this pattern on Ravelry. It's made on Ravelry using a DK yarn. I decided I wanted to make it more a cape. So I created the pattern, used exactly the same dimensions, stitch numbers, and instructions as the pattern designer wrote. I just use an Aran weight yarn, and I use the needle size that's called for the yarn. So you can see the difference in the way this looks when I show you. Now I'm creating one using a DK weight. And I mean, obviously the difference in size is going to be vast. So this is the top. I'm working on the polka dot pattern right now, almost done and ready to start this. So you can see the difference in size just by using the size of the yarn that is called for in the pattern and the needle size. And this creates just a totally different look, but the same beauty that the designer was putting together when she created that pattern. So
Carolyn Wood, I may have missed this. What about your shawl you have on?
We'll be talking about that shawl in just a minute. I haven't talked about it yet. We had lots of conversation around it yesterday, and I'm happy to share that with you again today. So as I was talking about in our search bar, if you just type in descent, you're going to see both of these patterns, both these kits come up. It's available in both the DK weight and in the Aran weight. And the Aran weight is knitted using Silk Garden by Noro. And we have a variety of kit colors. You can see the kit colors are all down here that you can choose from. We have lots and lots of colors, which brings me to, if you're on our website and you see something you like, but you don't like that color combination, maybe you say, no, I want this red, but I'd like to do it with this instead of with this. Just send me a note and we can customize anything for you. So let me finish up. For those of you who are coming in again, don't forget your shipping code is VK Live, and don't forget the survey at the end. Those surveys are very, very helpful, not just to the folks at Vogue Knitting, but to us as well, because they share the results with us, and that helps us to see, are we delivering what you want? We bring you the best show we feel we can offer, but if there's something that you think we're missing, we want to make sure that we take care of that. So that's VK Live. We're talking about accessories, and one of the very popular accessories that we have here at Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl are our knitting pattern holders. And I'm not sure if you've seen these before. You might have seen them on another site or here on our website. But we have knitting pattern holders. They're by Knitter's Pride. And I'm going to take out my pattern here to show you how they work, because they come in very handy. Oops. When you're following your pattern. So they start off, folded like a little book. And then you open that book and you snap the strap in the back. And then there are magnets that hold your pattern in place. This is not going anywhere. And so I can slide this up. And then with this magnetic piece, I follow my pattern down. So it's a great way. Now, this is the second time I've done this pattern. So you can see it's got my hash marks already. This is where I am on my mosaic for this pattern that I'm working on. And so this is a really popular item on our website. So I thought I'd share that one with you as well. They're called pattern holders, and they're at KnittyGrittyYarnGirl.com. We have several different iterations and designs on them. Really fun. They fold up nicely. When you're not knitting, you can actually fold it up, and the magnets keep everything in place, which is really quite cool. There was another thing. Yeah, I'm going to get to that. Knitting needles. We carry the Likey brand interchangeable needles here, and I'm a real fan of Likey. I have several different brands of knitting needles, and my two favorites are Likey and Knitter's Pride. The Likey ones, what I like about Likey is I like several things about them, but the first thing that I like is that your needles start at a size 3 and go up to a size 15. That's really unusual, and you know that for interchangeable sets, they usually stop at size 10.5 or 11. And so your kit, you've got those extra size needles that you oh darn, I need I need a 15. I better go out and get them. And I also like the points. The points are very nice. I am using my interchangeables here, and they're nice and sharp. They don't wear down. At least they don't wear down. I've only seen one person actually scratch the finish off them. She knits so tight. But they are very, very lovely needle to knit with. They stay. Their fastens are nice and tight. You've got, of course, your little place for your Allen wrench here. And I like that they don't snag on that connection. The connector is not snagging. So those are the Likeys. And another favorite little accessory of mine is my needle protectors. We've got those little rubber tips that we put on our needles. Knitter's Pride has this great little thing here where you just take your needle points and you slide them into that little slot, and your needles stay nice and safe in there, and they're not going to fall out. Now these little needle protectors hold up to a size 7 needle. So if you're working with a larger needle, you'll still need the rubber tips, but these work really well, and they come in a set of 3. So very, very useful pieces.
Helen Solenberger, happy Saturday from Buffalo, and hope all are doing well.
We are doing well. And so we're finishing up our accessories that I wanted to share with you. And pom-poms. Pom-poms are very big. They're still big. They're not going away. If you love them, we've got pom-pom polys. These are faux fur. And just look how full they are. They're fantastic. And they've got snaps on the back. On the bottom, I should say. So you can sew them on to your favorite hat or scarf, whatever you're going to use them on. And then when you need to launder that project, you can just take the pom-pom off and launder your hat or whatever it is, and then put them back on. Look at that.
No animals were hurt in the construction of these pom-poms.
That's true, they were not. Look at that. Fun, huh? Aren't they nice and full? So those are our pom-poms. So just wanted to share a few accessories that you'll find on our website. You never know when you might need a gift, or you want to buy a gift for yourself.
Anna Maria Milani, hi, joining late.
Hi, Anna Maria. I saw the wonderful pumpkins that your niece was painting today. Nice job. You got some great decorations outside your house. They look lovely. So who was it that asked about this? Oh, Carolyn Wood. Carolyn, thanks so much. This is called Batad, B-A-T-A-D. It's a Stephen West design. And this was knitted long before I had my yarn shop, but it's one of my favorite patterns. You know how Stephen West loves short rows and variety of design. So we've got short rows here. We've got our little eyelets that go all the way through. Those are by design. And then welting. And it's a great little pattern. So what I did for the shop, because as I mentioned, this was knitted with, I went to a yarn dyeing class one time way back when, and I did this yarn myself. But what we did for the shop is we paired them up with the Apple Fiber Studio yarns. So all the yarns up here, you'll find kits online on our website. where you can choose your kits for the batad shawl. That being said, you can use any fingering or sport weight combination of yarns that we have to create your batad. Yeah, I've seen them in solids as well. You know, oh, this is a great combination if you like to do something like that. This is using Harrio Fine by Juniper Moon Farm, and this is Art Yarn. So look at that combination. And then you've got the black. You can also do the black and white if you like something like that. So some folks choose to create the shawl with a variegated or speckled and solid, but it looks just as gorgeous using two solid colors. So that is Batad. It's on our website. And if you would like to customize a kit, feel free to call me. I will walk you through the studio and help you choose a kit, you know, different yarns if you prefer to have something other than what we've paired it with.
Mindy Fetterman, hi from Mindy, Tampa, Florida.
Hi from Tampa, Florida. I hope things are nice and quiet down in your neck of the woods there. And still pretty warm down there still, right? Doesn't get too cold down in Tampa. It's a lovely state. I wish I could visit it more right now, but we're staying pretty close to home.
Kelly Kohlhofer, hi
Kelly.
from Maryland.
Hi, Kelly. So I thought I would share with you if there's any other questions right now that if there's something that you saw that you want me to make sure I point out, let me know. So in the meantime, I'm just going to move along and take you through the shop. And I don't know if there's anyone new here. Oh,
Lydia Foster, hi kids, triple exclamation point.
Hey. Hi, Lydia. How are you? I hope you're having a fantastic day. There's something new that went on the website today, and I really can't run upstairs to get it because I forgot to bring mine down with me. But we now have Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl face masks, and I am so excited about them. They're all digitally imprinted. They're all handmade. Handmade meaning the design, not the actual mask itself. What's that, Paul? Oh, and I just love them. I'm so excited about them. And I got one for myself just so that I could see how they were before I put them out there. They're 100% cotton, fully lined. There's even a place where you can put your filter in if you choose to put a filter in your face mask.
JJ from Arizona, Navajo Nation, JJ Lewis.
Hey, where in Arizona?
Navajo Nation.
Oh, Navajo Nation. Sorry.
Mindy Fetterman I'm new.
Hi, Mindy. Yay. It's great to have you here with us. So we need to tell you about Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl sharing. When you share our page with your friends and your groups and our posts, you share Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl. We share love with you. Your name goes in a bucket. We draw for free yarn and free books and everything else. Yeah, you know what? My husband
Why don't we show Mindy exactly how this works?
My husband keeps saying we need to share. We need to share some love. So, all right.
So Mindy, you have a box with names.
All the people who have shared this week, your names have gone on here for Vogue Knitting Live. If you shared during Vogue Knitting Live, your name has gone in. Okay,
and the more you share, the more your name goes in.
That's right. It's not just one time. All right, he's picking. What do we got? All right, let me see. I have to put it back in because she won the other day and she knows that I told her I was taking her name out for a few days. You have to pick again. I can't do that. That's not fair. No looking. Okay. Oh, Caroline Noller. Yay. Yay.
Congratulations.
Caroline Noller, your free yarn is on its way to you. So what we do is we pick out a skein of yarn and we send that off to Carolyn. No strings attached. There's no postage involved. Our gift to you. Thank you for sharing the love. We share it right back. So Caroline Noller, it's on its way.
Mindy Fetterman says, I just shared it and you both are great.
Well, we love you. I mean, if you're going to go to work every day, you might as well love what you do, right? And that's how I feel about it. So we love our fans and we love what we do. we love it so much that when COVID hit, we had to take our 25-foot minibus and put it kind of into dry dock because we can't have people on the bus right now unless we have one person at a time and then sterilize it after you leave. So that's no fun. So we took the lower level of our house and turned it into a filming studio so that we could bring the Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl to you, because we are all about yarn to the people. And since that time, we have shipped to over, well, I should say almost, I'm not going to say over, almost every state in the US and Canada and the Netherlands and Australia and New Zealand and the United Kingdom. And so we keep growing. And that's why we love you all so much, because you help us grow. So we share back with you. So yes, what you're looking at is the lower level of our house turned into a studio. So no, I don't have brick and mortar. I don't have a yarn shop per se, but we have always brought yarn to the people, and that's how we're going to keep doing it.
We're your local yarn shop, just a mouse click away.
That's right. And speaking of that, if there's something you need while you're working on a project from Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl, you just call us. We'll help you out. I FaceTime with people all the time and help them with their projects.
Anna Maria Milani says, congratulations. JJ Lewis says, congratulations. Yay. Kelly Kohlhofer, congratulations with the party emoji. And Mindy Fetterman, that is very creative.
Yeah. So we have a good time. We have a good time, and we like bringing that good time and sharing it with you. In fact, when we were talking before about the batad shawl, one of the things that I did on a show one night, because our shows are not always all product based. A lot of times we do tips and techniques, and because there's so much interest around the shawl, we did the technique on welting one night. We did another technique a night on short rows and cables, and our show is only 30 minutes long, so we cram a lot of information into each show. Oh, and by the way, be sure to tune in on Monday, because at 8 p.m. Eastern, we have a trunk show featuring all the new yarns and fashions from Mirasol Yarns. And Mirasol is yarns are produced in Peru. They do a wonderful thing with the people out there and helping the children get better education. So it's just really a fabulous company, and I love bringing their yarns to you. So we've got a great show for you. And we just put I started getting all the products on the website for Monday. I want to be sure that they're all there for you. So that being said, we're moving on right here. I haven't had a chance to talk about this project very much. This was really popular at our last retreat. We finished up a retreat on March 15th. Isn't it still March 15th? It feels like it is.
Like Groundhog's Day.
Right, but we're coming out of it. I feel like we're coming out on the other side, at least here in Connecticut. So this is called, oh my God, Dragon Tears. And Dragon Tears was one of the projects that we had for our retreat in March. This is it's a really unique design, and My Lavander did a great job with this. I love it's interesting. You've got a little cable on the end, then you've got a little eyelet stitch there. The cable is just a one stitch, but it really gives it some great interest. And then you've got these little nups, and the bobble is a nup, and this reverse stockinette stitch here that's knitted through the back loop. Just a great little shawl, and it's actually on the website in 2 different sizes. This is the smaller size because I'm little. Well, there's no falling in the studio. And let me see if I can get this. I'm trying to work with there we go, this way.
Mindy Fetterman says March 15th is my birthday.
It is. Well, happy birthday. How's that? Really pretty, isn't it? I just love this shawl. A lot of interest in this. I just love it. And the colors are fabulous. I just love the rust. And I think this color is called cinnamon. But if you could not back up, but watch where you're going. Maybe you could back up just a little bit there. And let me show you the great yarns. That this is knitted with Santa Cruz. And Santa Cruz is an organic merino by Juniper Moon Farm. Great yarn to work with. Love the softness of it when it's done. It's 100% organic merino.
The Ides of March, March 15th.
That's right. That's exactly what it was. And then the world stopped on March 15th. So great colors here. This is a worsted weight, great for sweaters, great for any worsted weight project. It's a nice workhorse yarn and really pretty colors. So we've got a variety of colors here in the shop that you can choose from for your project. So that is called Dragon Tears. And then Paul is moving right over here to Miyabi. Miyabi is one of the new yarns by Noro this year. And it is a 65% wool, 35% cashmere. I had a customer this morning come to the house to pick up her order, and she was just quite enamored by the feel of this yarn.
Mindy Fetterman says, that is beautiful. The color is spectacular.
Isn't it? The colors that they came out with for year one are really fantastic. I love the burgundies here and the blues and jewel tones in this one. And look down here how pretty. This is really very jewelly. These, just fantastic. We've got some projects on the website with Miyabi off the top of my head. Oh, yes, I do know. Because Miyabi is in the current book.
Tish Redden, hello from Ormond Beach, Florida.
Oh my goodness, I was in
Temperature is 80 degrees.
Yeah.
Heat index is 86.
Wow, I was in Ormond Beach. I'm trying to remember when that was. That is not an unfamiliar place to me, but right now it's skipping my mind. So, Noro Magazine, book number 17. This is a fabulous magazine with using some of the newer yarns that that Noro put out, as well as some favorites. So you'll find Silk Garden in here. There are a couple of Miyabi projects. Look at that. This is this one is Miyabi, as a matter of fact. And
Carolyn Noller says, good afternoon from Virginia.
Well, Carolyn, you tuned in just now? You missed it. Hold on.
Carolyn, we've got a surprise for you.
Look whose name we pulled out of the sharing bucket. It's you. Well, look at that. You're a lucky lady. You're a lucky, lucky lady. So congratulations. So I'm just showing the folks some great patterns from the Noro book number 17. And I love this sweater. It's got the short front and the high-low hem on that. Really cool. And one of the things that we did when these yarns were coming out was we created tasting samples, tasting packets. So if you would like a tasting kit of some of the yarns, 6 of the yarns that were used in this magazine, the tasting kit includes 6 tasting skeins. Somebody asked if there was enough to make a hat. No, it's not meant to finish a project. It's meant for you to try the different yarns. And it's not meant for a project because they're all different weights. We've got Aran weights, and then we've got some worsted and some bulky in there. So I'm not sure you'd want a hat with that. So it's about 10 to 15 yards of 6 different skeins, 6 different yarns, and the magazine. So that is a Noro tasting kit. And if you'd like to give that a try, go to KnittyGrittyYarnGirl.com and you can order yours there.
Carolyn Noller, thank you. So excited.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. You know, it's funny that some names are in there for a long time and they don't get pulled, and some names are in there and they keep getting pulled. So it's a lot of fun. We have a great time with it. So while we're on the subject of Noro yarns and this great book, let's stroll on over here and talk about another of the new yarns by Noro. And this is Okunoshima. I just love the names of the yarns and the colors that he gives them. You know, Noro is very much in touch with nature. And so all the yarns are always very nature based as far as their colors go. Just beautiful. So this is Okunoshima, and the short, we call it Oku for short, but I just love the whole name on it. And that is a silk, wool, Angora, and mohair blend. I can show you. Fluff that up just a little bit so you can see the Angora in there. So nice little touch. It's soft, very, very soft and smooth yarn. Just lovely. And there's some great projects in the book. There's a lovely little, there's a cowl. If you're looking for a smaller project, there's the cowl. It's not really small. It's, you know, it's an infinity type cowl. And then there's one of my favorite sweaters. Oh, this is a great hat. That's with Miyabi. And oh, this is an Okunoshima hat. This is a one skein project using that. Actually, she used this color. Lots of fun. So,
Lila Foster. Ooh, so beautiful.
They really are. And this book is amazing. And I love the way they give you the how-tos in the Noro magazines. So good stuff. And so I'm showing this to you because on our website we do have lots of the projects that are listed here in the magazine, and the book is available as well. So this miter jacket, the front cover, has been quite popular, and I do love it for sure. So that was just a little intro on that book. That's at KnittyGrittyYarnGirl.com, and that would be you can find it either way: the tasting kit, the magazine, or any of the projects. So it's magazine number 17.
Jackie Vandenberg. Sorry, I was late to the party. What yarn did you just use for the batad shawl?
The batad shawl. We're using the Apple Fiber Studio Macintosh yarns, and so we've created several kits. You'll see, I think we've got, this is one kit, and this might be another. And so we just kind of create the kits. And as I mentioned earlier, if you see colors you like, but their kit is not put together, we're happy to help you to customize something that you would prefer. And it's one of our favorite things here. I get people call me oftentimes and say, you know, I want that, but I'm not sure of the yarn. And so what we do is we wind up FaceTiming. And I FaceTime because it's easier than Zoom when I'm working one-on-one with a customer to show them the shop. I can walk you over and show you the yarns if we're FaceTiming. Otherwise, I got to get up and down and up and down. It's different when I'm doing a Zoom class and I'm teaching you in a class such as Zoom, and just like that, you're knitting socks, or our click and knit classes.
Okay, Shar Wang. Hopefully I didn't mispronounce your first name. I used Noro yarn in the last 3 sweaters I knit. So fun to knit. And Marcia Court Buke, what is the color name used in the hat and the skein you were holding?
Okay, the color name in the hat.
And Micah Larkin, there she is.
Hi, Michael. How are you? I never met you before, but I've heard your name.
Hello from Local Partnership Joint Market Solutions, LLC, LPJM in West Hartford.
Well, it's nice to have you here, Michael. I'm glad you're here. Maybe do you or someone in your family would love to knit? And if not, we've got click and knit classes and we can teach them how to knit. So the sweater, the hat that you saw was knit with Okunoshima, and that was in color number 2. So Shar, I'm not sure if that's how we pronounce your name. What are some of the yarns that you used in your last 3 sweaters? I'm curious because, you know, Noro fans are real Noro fans, and we just love that yarn. And it doesn't matter. I mean, you don't have to love it, but when you love it, you really love it. And I'm asking because, this is, you know, when you knit a sweater that a real person can wear, it doesn't always fit on the mannequin the way you like. But this is a diagonal pullover. It's knitted with Ito, Nora Ito, which is an Aran weight. It's a great pattern and fun to do. It's in magazine number 14, I believe. Yeah, that's right. I had it right here. And it's pattern here.
Marcia Court Buick says thank you. And Shar Wang, Silk Garden Sock, Korean and regular Silk Garden.
Yeah, perfect. And so this is the one that's here. This is a diagonal pullover, and the way this is knitted is you create this triangle. We turn her around. The back is one piece, and then your sleeves. And when you're done, you do the hokey pokey, you turn yourself around, you put it all together, and then you crochet just a little slip stitch across the seam here to give it a really pretty finished look.
And don't forget the blocking mats.
My husband, he learned so much about knitting with me, and he doesn't have a choice. I am a firm believer in blocking. If you've never blocked a project, you don't know the difference. And when you do, when you learn the difference, you'll never not want to block again. The only time I don't block a project is when it says, do not block this project. And there's one so far that I found. I might not block socks because they're going to get, on and off your foot all the time. You don't want to stretch them out. Hats, I don't necessarily block, but I do shape them and give and relax those fibers. I think that's really important to relax the fibers in the yarn. So this is the diagram for that sweater that we just showed you, that diagonal pullover. You got your one piece back. See, it's got some nice little shaping in it there. And then your upper front and lower front and your sleeves. And then so your construction, put those together, put the front to the back, put the sleeves on, and voila, you have a new sweater to wear. So moves, it's a quick mover, easy pattern, and that is on our website. And it's called the diagonal pullover. Want me to spin her around again? Okay. Just a simple stockinette stitch, nothing crazy. A little ribbing across the top. And this, by the way, this is a one size pattern. So this is, your overall sizing on it, depending on, this will probably fit me a little oversized, a little loose. So it's a one size.
Mindy Fetterman asks, how do you relax the fibers?
So I relax the fibers by I love soak wash. So what I do when I'm done, you can go on to my YouTube channel, to Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl YouTube channel, and you can see we did a whole demo on blocking. So what I do when I block, I use wet blocking. I will fill my sink or a little tub, a bucket with water, cool water, and soak wash, which I do carry at KnittyGrittyYarnGirl.com. And then I just put the garment in there, let it set for a little while, about 20 minutes. If I don't have 20 minutes, you don't really need that long. And then just squeeze it out gently, do not twist, and roll it in a towel, and then step on it, and then unroll it and lay it out on your blocking mats.
Char Wong says, beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. The blocking mats are fabulous because you don't want, if a lot of times people will block their projects on a towel, and the towel is going to hold that water in, and it's going to keep your project damp longer. The blocking mats are plastic and lets your project, lets the project breathe, doesn't hold the water in. And I don't always use pins. You don't always need to pin something down on when you're blocking it. If it lays nicely, then don't fight it. And the last thing you want to do when you block is stretch. Blocking is not for stretching, it's for shaping. And so shaping something like this, you just, this is Silk Garden. And when I took it out of the water and I laid it on the mats, it really didn't need to have any additional movement. I just smoothed it out so that it was all nice and even. And you don't always have to reshape. In fact, we hope not to ever have to reshape anything when we block it. A great example.
Mindy Fetterman says, I will YouTube you.
Please do. Please do. In fact, I'll put the link in when I respond to the comments. After the show, I go through all the comments. And even though we cover as many as we can on the show, I'll always go back and include links to the different things that we talked about. This is a great project by Jody Long. It's called the Devon Shawl, and it was in his Summer Breeze book. And so this is an example, a great example of when you're going to block something. And the way, now this is cotton. So cotton doesn't need a whole lot of blocking, but it does need some shaping when you're done. So like when I block this, there's no pulling here. You don't want to do this when you block. You just want to lay it flat. Lay it flat. And then so then I made sure that I pulled the little ends, the piquets out on this so that they laid straight. If I felt one needed a pin, I would put a pin in it. There are times when you find a project that has lots of points. The butterfly shawl, for example, there's a version of it that has the points that come out at the end. That's when you want to take your pins and you want to make sure that those points are defined in blocking. Otherwise, you're just not going to see them the way they should be. And you know, when you have something that says hand wash and lay flat to dry, well, that's pretty much what happens with blocking. We're hand washing it. Oh, what I love about soak wash is you don't have to rinse it. So you put the soak wash you put it in the garment, or put the garment into the soak wash, and then you just take it out and give it a little squeeze to get the soap to soap it in. And it's kind of like putting conditioner, like leave-in conditioner in your hair. Isn't this pretty? Oh, she's a little wobbly, this girl. But we're going to see if we can get this up here. So this is the Devon shawl. Hey, you. The Devon shawl, and it was in Jody Long's Summer Breeze book. We're going to have to give her a little fix later on. Sorry about my little girl. Maybe she's had a couple of cocktails too early in the day. Coastline. Coastline's the yarn that Jody used for that. It's a new yarn in his line. We're going to be having a Jody Long trunk show coming on in a couple of weeks. And Coastline is a cotton, a viscose, nylon, and linen. This is one of the best yarns I've ever worked with. I love knitting with this lovely Coastline yarn. It's got spring to it. The fibers, let me see if I can find an end here to show you. It's actually a little puff of cotton in the center, and then the fibers are wrapped around that puff of cotton. It's so great to work with. You will love this. And as I mentioned, Coastline, you can go to our website and find Coastline yarns there, and you can also find the Summer Breeze book.
Helen Solenberger, My Kind of Girl, and Mike Larkin, Mother Beckons. Gotta go. Great seeing Mrs. Meyer. I'll be seeing you Sunday night, Paul.
Thank you. Thanks for tuning in. So that's a little bit about Jody. And as I said, we have our show coming up with Jody, our trunk show in a few weeks. I think it's the end of October or beginning of November. I can't remember now. We've had so many trunk shows and so many shows. But you'll find that all that information will be going up on the website as the shows come up. And Jody has been a designer for many, many years. And he's just an amazing guy. And he comes out with some of the most beautiful, beautiful designs. And he's got a new line of yarn coming out that just came out this year. And it's called Andiamo. And Andiamo is a super bulky Peruvian wool and alpaca. It's just the colors are fabulous. The yarn is great to work with. And I just got the order in about a week ago. The order finally came through. So we have some kits out on the website, and you can buy the skein as well. And just so you know, for a super bulky wool, there's 175 yards on each skein. That's a very, very ample amount of yarn. Sometimes you see, I have other super bulkies that don't have nearly that yardage on them. So this is a great price, a great yarn, and some really amazing projects. And Chow is another one of Jody's yarns. Chow is a DK weight, and this is one of the best yarns out there for sweaters and all your hand knits and babies. So it's nice. And let me hold that out for you so that you can see this little pattern's called French macaroon, and Chow is on our website. Do you love how those little sleeves came? So cute. I just wanted to knit something up that that shows how the yarn knits up, because it's just so great and springy. I love it. And Jody's got an amazing book called Sweet Knits for Babies. And that one is right here. Has lots of 30 patterns in here for baby knits. I'll grab it. Not a big deal. So to just give you an idea of some of the knits that are in there. And every pattern in this book is knitted with Chow. And I will tell you, you won't get tired of it. It's a fantastic yarn. I love it. Look how cute. We've got some of these coming up in the trunk show as well. Just adorable. So that's Sweet Knits for Babies. That's on our website. But this is what I wanted to show you with the Andiamo. There's a whole new book. There's 12 designs for men and women. Look at that great sweater. That great man sweater. Reminds me of I need to go to a ski resort. It's just beautiful. And some mitts and some hats. I just thought, wait, I'm going to get to the pictures on these. Look at that. Isn't that a great winter tunic? Lots of fun. Yeah, great project. He did a great job on this. There you go. Look at that. And that pansy color. Really pretty. So you're going to be seeing these. I have the pattern that's on the website right now is the Timber Run vest. So you'll see that on our website. Oopsie. Using Andiamo. Really lovely piece. Before the book even came out, I wanted to get something up on the site so that you could see the yarn and how it works. So I found this piece that I thought was really appropriate for the yarn. It has this little zigzag cable and a side closure on it. And I love the back because you got that same cable going up the back. Love the high neckline on this. This is great for somebody like me who's not a coat person. You can just put this on over your sweater and run from wherever, from one place to the next in that. So really very, very pretty piece. And Jody's other new yarn that's come out is Elegance, or is Glam Haze. And Sparkle is big this year. Sparkle is very big, so you can enjoy lots of sparkly patterns in this. And you're going to have a great time knitting with it. When you think about, at least when I think about a mohair yarn, I think fine weight, like 50 Shades of Mohair. When you look at Glam Haze, which is alpaca and mohair blend, this is a bulky weight yarn. So how fast is that going to knit up? I'm really anxious to get this on my needles. So, and I know which one I'm going to be knitting. It's going to be this one. This is my favorite. I guess we all have favorites. So you'll be seeing this book on our website, and you will also be seeing all the patterns as well. Look at that. Pretty. So that's Jody Long. Keep an eye out at Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl. What I'll do is I'm going to get that. I will put that the date of that yarn of that trunk show up on the website. Now that I'm sure I've gotten you excited about it, I'm excited about it. I can't wait. I can't wait to see Jody again. He's going to be on the show, by the way. So you get to talk with Jody, and he gives you all the details on his yarns and on his designs. He loves talking about his products. He's very, very proud of what he does. And by the way, he comes to us. We're here, and he's in Istanbul, Turkey. So when he is talking with us and on our show, it's 3:00 in the morning for him. And I really honor him for doing that and for waking up and being on the show with us.
Mindy Fetterman says, need link for your YouTube channel. We'll link it right in the comment section.
Yeah, I'll get that link in the comment section just as soon as the show is done, because I can't really do too many things at once without losing you or my mind. I want to make sure that I don't lose either of us. Yeah, you know, when I came up with the name for Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl for my shop, my studio, I thought it was so unique. And then all of a sudden, there's more nitty gritty yarn people wherever I turn my head. So I guess it wasn't as unique as I thought, but I still love the name.
But there's only one Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl.
It's only me. It's only me. So let's see, what else can I show you? We talked a little bit about Art Yarn's Merino Cloud before, and
Mindy Fetterman says thank you.
my pleasure. Art Yarn's Merino Cloud is a super fine merino and cashmere that is imported from Italy and hand painted at Art Yarn's studios in White Plains, New York. Beautiful yarns, fantastic. And Iris has such an eye for creativity when it comes to colors and design. And one of the specialties at Art Yarns is their beaded silk and sequins accessory yarn. So we'll talk about that. Do we have a question?
Tish Redden missed the name of the bulky yarn and only caught the end of the vest. Baking and the timer went off.
Well, I'm glad you didn't burn the cookies, whatever was in there. I'm sorry. I'll go back to that for you, Mindy. Is it Mindy?
Oh.
Sorry.
Tish.
Tish. I'm sorry,
Redden.
Tish. I promise I'll go back to it. So.
But you'll have to ship us some cookies.
What if it was a pot roast?
We'll take that too.
Merino Cloud, as I was saying, is Iris's eye for color is really so special. You know, I'm showing you a blend, but look at the variety of color up here, and the depth of the color. We actually went out to their studio and just to tour it and to watch them literally hand paint the colors onto the yarn. I was amazed. I never knew that process that could be done that way. I've only ever seen things commercially dyed, you know, in the big vats and stuff. They actually take a brush and they hand paint it. Look at this. I just love these two colors together. It reminds me of like day and night. You know, you put them together, just that dusk and dawn colors, really pretty. So a couple of things that we've done with the Art Yarns, and we have some patterns that we put into kits that we thought would work really well. And then I have some of Iris's patterns as well that she put together. Every piece we do that that uses Art Yarns can be knitted with or without the beads. So the beads are always an accessory. They're something that's nice to have, but they are a specialty item because it is 100% silk and beads and sequins that are glass beads and sequins.
Tish Redden says, sorry, just roasted pumpkin seeds.
Oh, I love those.
Sorry, Tish, I'm allergic to food that's good for you.
So this piece here may look a little familiar to you. This is Breathe and Hope by Casapinka. So we took the Breathe and Hope pattern and used Merino Cloud in two different colors, and we added bead and silk and sequins to it. So let me show you the colorway that we used on this. This is, I want to make sure I find the right one. So this is Reflections, and then we put it with this green. Pretty, huh? And then we added the silk and the sequins with it.
Tish Redden says, Mia culpa. And Jane Henderson Schaefer, beautiful.
So you could actually use the white beads, which would look really pretty with it. The reflections, when you see a label that has a picture on it, these are very limited quantities. They don't run them again. So once they're gone, they're gone. So we can always find a different bead to work with it for you if you wanted that particular set. So I put the green with it. I think that looks really pretty.
And then Jane Henderson Schaefer says, hi, Helen Solenberger.
I love this. Look at this combination. This to me shouts, I don't know, special evening dress. Isn't that beautiful? I'm a navy person anyway. I love navy blue. but that would be just gorgeous. And then, so you go from that, and here's your other extreme. Look how pretty that is.
If you look carefully, you'll see the sparkly in the middle.
Yeah, you can see the sparkles in there. Really pretty glass beads in those. And let me see. I just want to read this one. Yep, beaded glass silk with glass beads and sequins, and that's how she defines them. You're just so pretty. Just so pretty. So Casapinka's Breathe and Hope is one of the pieces. And so what we did in here was we took the sequins and put them in the stripe part of it. So wherever the stripe is, instead of using the opposite color yarn where that would have been the variegated, we use the dark color and the light sequin. And if you have a light background, then you use your darker sequin. It's really very, very easy. There's no rocket science to it, but it's really fun.
Maureen Kohler wants to know, do you sell and mini skeins of that?
Mini skeins of the beaded silk and sequins. They are actually mini skeins themselves. They are 110 yards. So they are mini skeins compared to the full skein of Merino Cloud, which is, 437 yards.
Rita Johnson Cotterman, hello from rainy Humboldt County, California. Beautiful colors. Isn't that Eureka?
That is Eureka. That is Eureka, California. Paul just loves to say Eureka, California. So let's go back. Oh, wait a minute. I wanted to show them a few of the other pieces. Where'd they go? Oh, using Merino Cloud. And this is another one. This is called the Hummingbird Shawl. Really, really pretty. So that one's on our website. And again, you can see. So if you were to knit this and you chose not to get the beaded silk and sequins, you would just do this section of the pattern calls for a stockinette stitch. So you would just continue with the same. See where you have your stockinette stitch here, then garter, then stockinette, and then you go to your eyelet. So you would just go back to your regular stockinette. So the beads are always an extra.
Maureen Kohler says, thank you. And I just love saying this. Rita Johnson Cotterman from Eureka, California. And Jane Henderson Schaefer says, very nice.
And then Iris's latest design is her Straight on the Bias shawl. And Straight on the Bias, it's really a very, very interesting piece. You know, sometimes you get those patterns that you knit that you say, oh, that got a little boring toward the end. You don't get bored with this one. This is, you can see the variety of stitches that are used in this pattern. We start off with little dots, which I just love. I love how pretty this looks. Look at that. And you have an I-cord trim on the whole piece. And then you've got your garter stitch. And then you go to your little fleur-de-lis and then back to garter. And here's where it starts to get interesting. Then you have your squares. And then you go back to garter. And then look, you go to rectangles. And you're using, in this one, we're using 2 different ombres together. And then you have your dots again. And then you keep, and so then it keeps moving. And then you go from dots back to rectangles and back to dots and back to rectangles. And then at the end, you finish with garter. And you can see how she finishes here with the beaded silk and sequins. Having the opportunity to do this again, I would opt to put the beaded silk and sequins in a few places, like right here, wherever it calls for garter stitch, I would insert the silk and sequins. You should still have enough to do that because they're very small sections of garter, and then be able to do a little garter trim at the end, which I think is perfect.
Jane Henderson Schaefer says, oh my gosh, I love the squares.
They're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun. And I'm telling you, you will not get bored with that. So perfect. All righty. How are we doing? Are we off on time?
We just ran over the 1 hour slot.
Oh my gosh, we're done. I've had such a great time with all of you. I didn't even realize how late it had gotten. Well, you know, if there's something you saw, we didn't do the Timberline. Is that lady still on who wanted to know about the Timberline
Let's
vest?
do it.
All right. You know what? We own the network, as my husband always says. So the yarns in the Timberline vest or Timber Run are Andiamo, new Peruvian wool and alpaca by Jody Long, and fabulous yarn to work with. It's a super bulky yarn, and the pattern for the vest is called Timber Run. It's at KnittyGrittyYarnGirl.com. You can find that and everything else we've talked about today on our website. Don't forget your code for free shipping, VK Live, everything over $50, $10 off your shipping in outside the US. And don't forget your survey. We love you all.
And we'll put the link right in the thread.
Yeah, the links will be, all the links for everything we talked about will be on in the comment sections with your comments. So thank you so much. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.
And keep sharing. Share this broadcast because you never know whose name we're going to pull out of that box next. Jane Henderson Schaefer says, thank you so much for sharing.
We'll see you soon. Have a great afternoon and a great evening.